Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wow Wednesday. It might look a little bit different today, and that's because I am here with my partner, my beloved, the amazing Barry Auchettl. Hello, dear.
Hello, Nancy. Hello, everyone. Really looking forward to today. It's going to be such an interesting day, and we were going to be in two rooms. The internet couldn't handle it, so we decided to sit together, which would be fun anyway.
Oh, it's nice. We can cuddle a little bit. I don't know about that, but we are going to cuddle up with all of you as we share today about busting barriers, boundaries, shattering limiting beliefs so that you can live the amazing, affluent life that you desire and that you deserve. And let me just share a couple of quick updates about things that are happening in our world and in the wonderful world of Women's Prosperity Network. So first of all, currently we are in Washington, D.C. We just came from New York City, where we got the opportunity to be with some extraordinary people and share some secrets and keys to this affluent matrix that we're going to be talking about today. And we're in D.C. to do the same thing. So get to see several of you. Hey, if you happen to be watching and you're around Friday, September 15th, just reach out to me, put a comment here, or go to the affluencematrix.com. We'd love to be able to see you there. And Women's Prosperity Network, we got some way cool stuff going on there too. September 22nd and 23rd, we are hosting our 2-day sales and marketing boot camp. And you can get information about that. Just go to womensprosperityNetwork.com and go to the events calendar. And one of the things that I know, and you know, it's interesting because I'm going to kind of layer this into our conversation today. When it comes down to experiencing massive success, which I define as abundance and wealth, as fulfillment, as fortune, and as fun. Massive success is feeling good in your emotions, feeling happy in your life, having rich, rewarding relationships, and having a lot of money too, right? Because then we get more choices. It's all part of it, isn't it? And the reason that we combine your emotional mastery, your personal development, and couple it with professional development is with a strong foundation of who you're being, the doing gets a lot easier. The doing is a lot more fun. So through this foundation of personal development, we want to invite you to this professional development course for sales and marketing, where we're going to share with you the skill set so you can sharpen that axe to have powerful conversations, to invite people to do business with you, to get the solution you offer. And that's really the space that we come from, is wanting to fully equip you to serve more people. Because here's the thing, there are people out there right now who need what you offer.
Totally.
So we want to get you out there. So check it out. Join us for the Sales and Marketing Bootcamp. So are you ready to dive into our conversation?
I'm really
today?
looking forward to it. I've got so much to say. It's like a blah.
We'll just burst it all out. All right. So there's a couple of main things that we want to cover today to support all of you. And we're going to take these. There's three main things that we know most of you are challenged with. One is you're working way too hard. Everything can feel like a struggle, or you're exhausted, you're working way too many hours, maybe not getting the results you want. The second challenge that we see, and some of these challenges I've experienced myself and overcome them. So when you hear the suggestions and the guidance today to make those shifts, we've done that, and we want you to be able to enjoy your life more as well. So the second thing is the struggle, not only of all the time and effort you put into things, but experiencing more miracles, like opportunities out of the blue, clients from the past coming in, like the magic that can happen when you're living in the flow. So we're going to share about that today. And then the third piece that we want to cover is something that is rarely talked about. And I got this lesson from a book called The Big Leap, which is all about hidden barriers that we all have as human beings And it's kind of like things are going so good. Oh, you better enjoy it now, because you know what's coming next. Right? Like, why does it have to be that? We get to experience sustained success. And what's fascinating about that last piece that we're going to dive into today is that because this programming has been ingrained in us that you have to wait for the other shoe to drop, or what goes up must come down, and the good can't last so long, all that other crap, those terrible cliches that have been ingrained in us. Because that's so deep-seated, during times of really, really good stuff happening and happiness and feeling real good, our little subconscious mind actually sabotages us. And I think that's a beautiful kickoff to bring on my dear friend, my partner, Barry Auchettl, known as the Blockbuster. So where do you want to start today?
Look, I really want to start with this concept of, people listening going, yes, look, I can relate to all of that. And thinking that somehow the people presenting have never had to go through this process. And I'm letting you know that 10 years ago, I was struggling. Like, I did all this work and I did all this personal development work, but my relationships were in shambles, my money was in shambles, and really my life was in shambles. And I was sort of like a duck. And I can remember sort of having this appearance of going like, wow, Barry's doing really well. And yet internally, it just wasn't really working. And I wasn't feeling like I was a success.
Well, it's that imposter syndrome too going on for some of it, right? Especially when we look back, social media comes on the scene, and now we all have to be looking even better because everybody's watching in a new way, right?
And what actually happened, the turning point came to me, is actually took 5 months off and went around the world. And I had a little bit of money when my father passed away, but not enough to go around the world. And somehow, everywhere I went, something happened. And it was quite remarkable in that all these people would just come out and share something with me that was almost like a piece to what I needed. Like, the miracle for me was the number of people who turned up that said, oh, I'm an expert in vibration. I'm an expert in frequency. I'm an expert in shifting energies. And I came home and I just realized that everything that I wanted was in the people that I met. And I recognized that it wasn't about just raising my own personal vibration anymore, which is still the case, by the way. It's still there. But that in itself wasn't actually shifting what was happening in my world. And so I separated these two words called vibration and frequency. And with vibration, I now talk about my internal world, my connection to spirit, how much I meditate, how much I'm really connected to myself. And I actually thought that was fairly good. I still had to improve on it, but I'd done years of personal development work and really worked on that.
Who else has done tons and tons of personal development?
Every workshop I could imagine, all those things.
We're doing affirmations. I'm doing all the right things.
And then the second part, which I think is the key to it, and we can sometimes forget about it, is the frequency. And the frequency is our relationship with the external world. And what I had to do is I even sat down one day and I said, I really want to be in a really high quality, high vibrational relationship. And so I sat down and I wrote down all the things that I thought that would look like. And then I said, which parts of these are not me? In other words, which parts do I have to work on? And when I did that, it was actually things like money. I'm being a good person myself in terms of being in a relationship, and taking away the need to, I need to have money, I need to have a good job, I need to be in a relationship. And when I took those things away, the miracle is that those things just turn up, including Nancy. Like they just turn up. We did not orchestrate this.
No.
This was not something like, oh, you've got these skills and you've got these skills, but we should get together. we actually spent 12 months working on our relationship before we've come out to the public to run stuff together, because we saw that has been our number one priority. And so when we can take away the needs to, it can shift everything. And I know, particularly around money, and this is going to be the first one that we're going to be looking at, I need to make money. I need to go to work. I need, and just feel that for a moment.
Right, the energy. It's the energy of have to, right? So this is like that first challenge that we want to give you some, relief. Let's talk about that. How would you like some relief from this need to earn money, this feeling of desperation that can show up in two different ways? The need to always be working because you need to make money. And the one that was running me for a long time was it wasn't only about the need to make money. I had this belief that in order to be successful, to make money, to earn money, I had to work really hard and I had to work all the time. So if I wasn't working hard, I hear my mother in my head, oh, you're being lazy. That's the voice that used to show up. And what I've now been able to experience is working easier, working effortlessly. I mean, I still do work, but there's no effort to it. And it's an opportunity to be able to operate in your zone of genius, operate in your giftedness and the things you love to do, to be of service to people, to be able to operate in that energy from the energy of inspiration rather than desperation.
Totally. And so what we thought would be really fun to do today is to actually work with a few people live to actually represent the group, because the work that I do actually works beyond time and space. So even though I might be working with one person, I'm actually working with everyone listening to this live and everyone who's listening to the replay.
This is exciting. All right. So I know you want to get right into it. And we want to give you an opportunity to actually come on screen with us and have this clearing. So if you would like to go ahead and come on the screen. So this would be somebody who is here on the phone. I already see a hand up. Don't I love that? So go ahead and put your hand up if you would like to come on the screen and I will bring you on. So let's see. I see a hand up. Christy, how about we do Christy? Are you ready to come on screen? Your hand is up, so I'm hoping so. Are you ready, my friend?
Certainly.
Okay, let's go. Christy Sullivan, welcome.
Hi, Christy. How are you?
She's coming on, and we'll see her on the screen in just a moment. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning, Christy. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. This is really exciting to do this live with people, isn't it? Like, I just love this idea of doing it live. Rather than talking about it, let's actually clear this stuff once and for all. You've had this long enough, haven't you?
Yes.
So tell me about this idea of work for you. What's work like for you at the moment? Like, is there still an aspect with you? And by the way, I'm going to be muscle testing you now. So you're like being put on a lie detector. So we're really going to check to make sure.
What's muscle testing?
Muscle testing is, have you ever been to a kinesiologist, or they'll push your arm down like that? And I've been doing this now for over 30 years, and I've been teaching kinesiologists around the world how to self-test accurately. And so what we're going to be doing is finding out if there's a stress in the statement that you say. So when you say a statement, it just won't quite feel right. And then when I do this clearing that we'll talk about in a moment, you'll notice a change in the next few minutes. So that's how exciting it's going to be. So
and I get to experience more change,
and we get to clear ourselves as well. So we're not just sort of like, oh, you guys out there all go and get fixed. Like, this is for everyone, including us. So Christy, come back to work. I want to have the thing coming up for you really strongly is this thing around the need to work, the need to have money. What's that about?
Well, I just want to thank Nancy because she set that up for me perfectly. Her words were exactly what resonated for me, which is even now, as I am on my own business, have my own schedule, I even share and talk to others about my book title called Stop Overworking, Start Overflowing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still out there with the majority, I think, of society who look from the outward in to me to say, well, you're not working. You don't seem to be working hard. And so I know that it's something inside of me that's creating that on the outside, because I believe and I want that to show up, and I share that with others, but I still see some of the outside validation coming in or not coming in and saying, well, you don't seem like you're working hard. You're not achieving. You're not goal driven. And so, yeah, it's exactly what Nancy said.
And I want you to know that this is not an all or nothing process for you. You've done a lot of work already on this. I really get that. So I want to acknowledge that this is not like, oh, you're so far behind that we've got to get you going. This is that last 5% that we're talking about, you know, the thing that takes you from ordinary to extraordinary. You know, it's that last little part.
It's like the little key. I'm just looking for the little key, the last little key.
That's like that last drop of juice, that last delicious taste, right? That takes us right to the top.
So I'm going to give you we're going to clear two things for you, because there's two things coming up really big. And the first one, it may not be that big, but it will actually shift you to get to the second one. And the first one is, I'll get you to say, I choose to work.
I choose to work.
Yeah. So this aspect of choosing to work rather than having to work is a huge leap, right? So what would happen if you got up each day and chose to work rather than have to work today?
I love that statement, because it starts to recognize that there's attachment to the need, but if you release that attachment, it becomes more like freedom and this beautiful different energy. I like that a lot.
So the way we're going to do this is, I have a technique called light body alignment. It looks like I'm snapping my fingers, but what we're doing is we're shifting the vortexes around your energy. I can actually see energy fields. And for you, it's actually particularly around your throat. That's where this is having to say. Do you get that? That a lot of times it's like, I just can't say this.
Yes.
And so this is actually going to enable you to say more and to be more of who you are. And so you get to show up, and you get to choose to show up rather than have to. That's a huge change. So let's clear this, not only for Christy, we're going to clear for everyone who's listening to this. So we're going to and then when I clear this, to sort of focus for a second, I get to see a story that's happening. And this is sort of almost skewed to the right, which means there's all this sort of, if not your father, all this sort of masculine patriarchal energy of, I have to do, you know, we must work, you know. And we often talk about the Protestant work ethic, you know, like that idea that we're, you know, it's instilled in everyone. It's been, you know, a huge thing. Now, I'm going to get you to say it again. And as you say it, I want you to hear yourself saying this. Can you say, I choose to work?
I choose to work.
How does that feel saying that now?
Much more confident and empowered.
Yes. And a lot of this stuff there was work by a fellow by the name of Marshall Rosenberg. And he wrote a book called Nonviolent Communication, and he actually set up a whole global movement. And he was a psychiatrist, and he used to hate having to write all those, you know, reports after he saw someone. Like, he'd see someone for an hour and have to write an hour report. And he said, I cannot do this anymore. If I have to go and pick up bottles off the street to live, I no longer choose to do this work that didn't resonate with me. And I thought that was just a great example of someone who, you know, supposedly had it all, took that leap and has actually changed humanity in the work that he's done.
Yeah.
So I'll get you to say one more time for me, please. I choose to work.
I choose to work.
All right. And I did say I was going to do 2 because I really want to uplift again even for you. It was something that Nancy said that really resonated with me. And this is why we're working together, because we sort of inspire each other. And that word inspire really jumped out when she said that before. You know, inspiration rather than desperation.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's keep it really simple. And the statement for you is, I work to inspire.
I work to inspire.
Wow. Now,
ooh, I got goosey bumps from that one.
I'm going to let you know that for you, that's actually holding.
Yeah.
That when we took away, I choose to work, the work to inspire actually became stronger as well in terms of that statement. Can you feel that?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right. And
Beautiful.
so I actually believe for you, that statement, if you're going to write a statement on your mirror, that I work to inspire, enables you to choose to work.
I can see that. Yeah.
All right. And that's where it comes in. Now, I'm just going to clear it because I'm sure there's some people listening who there is a stress on this. And I thought, let's clear everyone else who is listening. Because people might be thinking, how can I inspire someone? And I think we can inspire someone just by being who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I could just say again for me, please, I work to inspire.
I work to inspire.
That's even stronger when I test that, by the way.
Yeah, beautiful.
So even though it was holding, we can actually get it going at a deeper level.
Thank you for
Thank
playing.
you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say too that your work is amazing, and I've done some, and I just think that there's so many layers. So thank you. I'm going to keep coming. Thank you.
Oh, look, thank you so much. And what's been really interesting is, you know, we've often talked about what's missing. Like we're always going, what's the next step? And for me, the next step in my evolution is really the pieces that Nancy's got to offer. And hopefully vice versa. And this is why we're excited about working together, because it's that key that you talked about. Where's those last keys to really supercharge the work that we do?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christy.
All right. Let's we'll get Christy back. Oh, she's already set and good. Let me just make sure. And that was really awesome, by the way. Love, love, love it. Now, I work to inspire. I choose to work. Like being able to live each day from that energy of inspiration versus desperation. You can feel the difference if you're making follow-up phone calls, if you are writing an email, if you're checking your email. I want you to think about what it would feel like to experience your day and all the facets of your business, doing that Facebook Live, getting on social media, meeting with clients, putting proposals together, being on podcasts, whatever it is. Imagine if your day was filled with inspiration as opposed to desperation. And this is the second point we want to cover today. And that is how to experience more miracles. And this comes about by staying in that energy of inspiration. And I'm going to do a little biology, physiology for a moment. So the energy of desperation. When we are in that energy of, oh, I have to do this, we're really in survival mode. When we are in survival mode, we are operating from the part of our brain, the limbic brain, which is where our fight or flight syndrome lives. It's where pure basic survival techniques and strategies exist, and we need them. They're very important. Yet, when you are operating from a higher plane of inspiration as opposed to desperation, you're then accessing the part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, that is responsible for producing new ideas, inspiration, just these amazing high energy connection opportunities. And that's where miracles exist. So to experience more miracles. You want to stay on this plane of inspiration versus desperation. And specifically, it comes down to living each day as the one, being the one who cares about other people, who gives generously, who's connecting with them, being truly interested and curious and wanting to bring value, however it is, to every single human being that you get to meet. Go ahead.
I just think this idea of miracles, people have this idea that somehow miracles have to be the biggest miracle, that you can imagine. And I actually see miracles happen every day, and partly because I look for them. Obviously, where's the miracle in this? So I think the first thing I want people to recognize is that miracles are there. The second thing is that quite often we can be inspired. Like we wake up, we have a dream, we're inspired to do something, and we start sort of this process of this vortex going around to this miracle about to create. And then something happens. We either have doubt or we try to pull that plant up really quick because we want it to grow quicker. We rush it, or we just simply forget to nurture it. And what happens is this energy that's building up towards this peak of a miracle actually withers away. And then we go, oh, what's life about? What are we doing? What's going on? And then we've almost got to start again. And it feels like, oh, we're always trying to create this miracle. And there's this statement, 3 feet from gold, that when they were searching for gold, a lot of people gave up, spent years digging tunnels and, hundreds and hundreds of feet, and gave up because they said there's no gold here. And they sold everything for pennies in the dollar just to get home. And then people who came in within a couple of feet actually struck gold. And this is where I believe people are. People are at that space where they're just a few feet away from striking gold, from actually having that miracle happening. So what we thought we'd do today is we want to create a space for people to actually experience a miracle today. That would be my intent. So
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
And one of the things I love to consider is, I'm wearing glasses right now, and we'll talk about vision improvement and stuff like that if for those of you who want to work more with us. And I'm going to just wear these for the moment. And I want you to consider when you're walking around from that lower energy, that, coming away from miracles, but then you put your glasses on. Oh, there's a miracle. That's what it really can be like, is just adjusting our perspective.
Oh, that's a really interesting one. I tend to take them off and say the miracles happen when we take them off. That's just
it happens both ways.
Both ways. I'll put a little tip here and see how we go. So I'm just wondering, is there someone that wants to come on that feels like they're almost ready for a miracle? In other words, they're ready. They've done the work, and many people in the Women's Prosperity Network, you've been doing the work, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I'm ready. I want to put my hand up for a miracle.
All right, so we want to bring someone on. Go ahead and raise your hand, and then you'll get to come on the screen and play with us live to get cleared and experience more miracles. So let me see here. Yeah.
So I'm just excited about what we're going to be looking at here too.
We're ready. So we're going to bring on Elisa Coloso, and I trust I said your name. So it's either Eliza or Elisa or Elisa, but you're going to tell me as soon as you come on.
So I'm looking for that. And so recognizing for everyone while we're waiting for it to come on, that we're going to clear this not only for her, we're going to clear this for everyone who's in the room and everyone listening.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Elisa, is it?
Yes, you pronounce it right. Elisa Caloso.
That is a lovely name. Look, thank you for your courage for coming on.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You didn't expect
My
that.
lucky day. First time here in Well Wednesday.
Wow, that is great. Listen, tell me about your miracles. What's your relationship with miracles? Do you see them all the time? Is it something that happens occasionally? What is it for you?
Yeah, they happen occasionally. I usually see signs. They come as a form of a butterfly. That's
Wow.
how I manifest usually. But I would like to get more miracles. I think maybe I'm working too hard to get miracles.
So we're going to do a two-part process for this to occur for you. So we're going to do two statements like we did before. One is a fairly simple one, and then we're going to supercharge it for people here today.
Okay.
So the one I'm going to give you to start with is I allow miracles to unfold.
You want me to say it?
Yes, please.
I allow miracles to unfold.
Okay. So when I muscle test that, what's really interesting is you do allow miracles in your life, like you're happy to happen. But
Yes.
some of them, it's almost like that butterfly that's ready to unfold from a cocoon into a butterfly. And they're still a lot of them are still at cocoon stages for you.
Yes, that's right.
And then sometimes you rip the cocoon open and you're like, oh, that doesn't work.
It doesn't work either. Yeah, that's that hurry in the process, right? So it is an allow process. We're not going to make this miracle happen, right? We're allowing.
Mhm.
So I tell people that what I do is I can set up all the possibilities to allow miracles to occur. I don't actually create the miracles. We're just allowing. So just say it for me one more time. I allow miracles to unfold.
I allow miracles to unfold.
So some of this could be a little bit of patience for you, like hurry up.
Definitely.
Observing the change, observing as it shifts from normal and ordinary to extraordinary.
Mhm.
And you watching this transformation take place. And you don't have to do anything with it. You just watch it going like, wow, it's like wonder. Okay, so let's clear this for you. This is a really big one for you.
Yes.
And what's really interesting, very different clearing to the last one, because this is almost something that you've created on a spiritual level that somehow you don't deserve the same amount of miracles as others. That's what came up when I cleared it. So I'm going to get you to say again for me, please. I allow miracles to unfold.
I allow miracles to unfold.
How does that feel saying that now?
It feels more true. It feels
Yes, that's the
more at
difference.
ease. Yes.
All right. And so, as I said, I want to supercharge these statements for people. And so I'm going to give you the second part, and it may have cleared it as well, but it really is an important one. And this is this idea, sometimes we give, and it's, you give without anything in return. And we've got to be careful not to give with the expectation that I'm going to give you something because I want something back. I want this to happen. I'm going to give that donation because I want the universe to give it back to me, which it sort of will, but we want to do it in less of a demanding sort of approach, an allowing approach.
Right. We want to be the one, trust the process of being the one for others first.
Yeah.
And I had a really big distinction about this many years ago, because people would say to me, well, if I give, I don't know if I'm going to receive. Like, we're afraid to let go because we don't know what's going to come back. And being the one and living in this beautiful flow of giving and receiving, we don't give hoping that we're going to receive. We give because we've already received.
Yeah. And I'll just show you how remarkable this is, us working together. That's actually the statement I've written down. So they can't do that to me. So it just reinforces this statement. The statement is, I give because I have already received. Isn't that amazing? Exactly those words. So can you say that for us, please?
I give because I already receive.
Okay. And again, that's actually holding for you. You believe that.
Yes.
There's something in you that went, yes, that's actually true. All right. So that's, congratulations on that. And that's a great way to live. I've already received. I don't have to wait for it. It's already coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly it's how I live my life, that expectation that it's already coming back to me.
Mm-hmm. And it ties into, I choose to work, I work to inspire.
Yeah.
Like, it's all in that same energy of choice. We're removing the have tos and that heavy burden that happens.
So let's just clear this. And once it's clear, not for you, but for everyone else, but it's going to strengthen that aspect for yourself. Okay, I'll get you to say one more time. I give because I have already received.
I give because I already received.
Well done. Congratulations. And thank you. It's so great to see you on Well Wednesday. And
I love it.
congratulations. Putting your hand up in the very first Well Wednesday. I want to acknowledge
Amazing. I love
Thank
it.
you so much.
Lisa, go experience some miracles, more miracles today, because you just had one,
Yeah,
right?
I'm excited too.
Being on the show. I mean, we don't do live people. We don't normally get to sit together on this show.
Yes,
either,
that's
so
true
there
too.
you go.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All
thank
right. Yep, you are welcome. And then if you could just turn off your video, then we'll get back to where we need to go. We'll be all set. Perfect. All right. So Rose, thank you, the energy between us. And I want to speak to what you're seeing and experiencing with us. And we talked to a few of our mutual clients, like he has a couple of clients that I also have as clients. And the phrase that has come up, unsolicited, was this concept of the yin and the yang, like this blend that we bring together. And it's kind of happened like that in our relationship as well. So in order for me to have attracted a high vibration human being as a life partner, I needed to be at a high vibration. We needed to have that match, as did he. And with that comes all the other juiciness and joys of life. I mean, we've been traveling, we're working more. Just things are so much easier and flowing because of the way we're operating from the energy of inspiration and experiencing those miracles and working because we choose to, because we're inspired to. And this blend of vibration and frequency that Barry talked about earlier, his expertise, where his zone of genius lies, is in raising your vibration, as well as your frequency, the energy of how you interact in the world and how you show up. And that is your zone of genius. And so I'm grateful for that because it's helped me.
Where Nancy actually takes that higher vibration, higher frequency, and then molds it into, now what do we do with this on the practical thing?
Like, how do you go ahead and be in
how
the
do you
world?
market this? How do you let people know who you are?
Well, and we've all heard the phrase, you can be really happy sitting on top of a mountain all by yourself.
Yes.
But we're in a world with people. Everything we want in life comes to us somehow, some way, through other people. And most of our challenges and problems and irritations are with people. Right?
And then as I started this, it's going to lead into our third component. But as I started this, my finances started coming up. My work was really taking off and everything had tenfolded. And I still wanted a relationship. And there was a song in my head, and the song was I Want It All and I Want It Now. That
Queen. We went
the
to
Queen song.
Yeah.
And that was almost became a thing that, I deserve to have it all. Like, it isn't a case where for me now it's like, I have to choose between this and this and this. And so the real miracle is having everything that you want turning up at exactly the right time.
Beautiful.
And this is going to be the third component that we're looking at here today.
Yes, and we'll bring someone else on in just a moment, so you can raise your hand if you want to play, even though you don't know exactly what we're doing yet. And I want to share an invitation for all of you. So what we have experienced in our lives and our businesses over the past, not just the past 14 months that we've been together, but the years leading up to that, where we each perfected how we were creating our lives and our businesses, and then coming together and look, oh, you did that too. And there's a phrase, I don't know, we haven't talked about this. There's a phrase, everybody's heard of karma, you're living your karma. But there's another phrase called dharma, which is actually living out your life purpose. And that's what this feels like. Right?
And I believe every person has a substantial life purpose. Like, I don't believe anyone here listening is on this planet to make up the numbers. I don't believe any person here came to this world and Spirit said to them, I want you to go to Earth and have the best mediocre life that you can have.
Right.
You know, like,
or always struggle or always be miserable. No.
Yeah, this is going to be a great opportunity. I really want you to be miserable this lifetime.
Right.
You know,
and there are, opportunities for growth. There are challenges. We learn, with that butterfly. Let's talk about that caterpillar and the butterfly. There is struggle to come out of the cocoon. Struggle is not a bad thing. The key is to how you interpret it and how you look at it. So as we have been working together and playing together over the past year, and when we first met, people that knew us both were like, oh my gosh, we can't wait to see what you come up with. And we're like, well, Nellie, let's just make sure we're on solid ground together. And here's what's happened. As we've been together and observing and working together and co-creating our lives, what came clear was the processes and the ways of being that we both used were so similar. And we've brought together our processes to create this beautiful yin and yang blend so that you too can enjoy this life of fulfillment, of fortune, and of fun. And we call this process, this system that we guide you through, the affluence matrix. So we have a 7-week program that we're starting in mid-October, mid to late October. And maybe you'd like to join us. Maybe you'd like to have this experience of more fulfillment, more fortune, more fun, more ease, more miracles, more magic in your life. So I'll put the link in the chat, and this is just for us to have a conversation. So you're going to go to affluencematrix.com/apply, APPLY. And just go there. If you're curious, you'll see what the program is about, and we'll have a conversation. And if you're looking for, kind of like we talked about with Christy in the beginning, that juice to take it to the next level, right? That I want every day to be a day where I choose to inspire, where I choose to work, where I operate from that place where miracles and opportunities keep showing up. And if that sounds good and you want that, just go ahead and fill out the form, and then we'll set up a time for a conversation. And if it's fit, great. If it's not a fit, that's okay too. What we are about is you having the life that you dream of, that you desire, so that you can make the impact and the income that you deserve. So I'll put the link in the chat. Go ahead. I'll tell you the link one more time. It's affluencematrix.com/apply. So go ahead.
I just really want people to recognize, and those people sitting on the fence, have a think about what you're thinking about when you hear this. Some of you are going to go, yes, I really want to do this, and we'll jump in. What I'm really interested in are the people who are going, yes, but I've tried this before, I've tried this before, I've tried this before. And I want you to know that this work that Nancy and I, when we combined our work, it actually has a 10-fold effect. It's not a 1 + 1 = 3. It's a 1 + 1 = 11. And so we really have this process. I just came up with that one. We just have this process where the combination of what Nancy and I can do, we know it has already propelled the people that we've worked with privately together. And this is an opportunity for people to get the best of what I do and the best of what Nancy does, so that you can be the best person.
It's so fun to see the miracles that unfold in people's lives, and what a privilege that we get to do this work as well. And just this morning, I got an email from somebody who went into a joint venture with another person, and even though they signed non-disclosure agreements and all that other stuff, the relationship fell apart, and this other party took their idea and started running with it. And my client was hesitant to do a cease and desist and hire an attorney because she didn't want it to get contentious and all of that. So we had a conversation, and I said, what if by you sending the letter, what you're actually doing is honoring your mission and purpose in the world? And let's just trust in that process, that it's you sending that cease and desist letter is about you following the path that you're here to do, to deliver the message, like you're the one that's meant to deliver this to the world. She's like, oh, that energy feels really different. Yeah. So this morning, she shared with me that the other company is dropping anything that they had related to this other product, to this product, because they were not able to say that her idea wasn't there first.
Wow.
Right. And she almost didn't send a letter. She almost gave up. Right. So
it's that point there, isn't it? The miracle's about to happen for her.
Yeah.
But it's just, well, I do that. And what I really loved about that is the reason she sent the letter wasn't malice, and it wasn't like, how dare you?
Right.
And
it's easy for us to show up that way. Oh, you stole my thing. Yes. And again, what energy are we putting out? Are we operating from desperation or inspiration? Are we operating from our limbic brain or our prefrontal cortex?
That's great.
Did you want to play with someone else?
I do.
He wants to do this.
I just think this is really cool.
It's great. So. All right. So put your hand up if you would like to come on the screen, and we'll do these statements, and then we would go ahead and we'll take some questions. We'll wrap up soon, but I trust you're enjoying this because I'm having fun. You having a good time? Okay, good. That's because fortune, fulfillment, and fun. That's what it's about. So Barbara Ellison, I do see your hand up. Does that mean you would like to come on the screen? I think it might. So let me go ahead and bring Barbara on screen. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. And she's in Chicagoland. We got to go to Chicago. I got a lot of people there.
So if in Chicago, in your chat room, put down, if you want us to come to Chicago, put it into the chat room. There you go.
Come to Chicago. We would love to have you come to Chicago.
Beautiful. I love that town.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
I'm really well. This has been absolutely amazing. I've now have no makeup on because I've been in tears. So that's a good thing. That means that things have been released. So this is awesome. Thank you.
Look, great to hear. And what I love to hear is people who have had a shift, even though we haven't spoken to them individually. And that's so wonderful to hear.
It has been like amazing, and everything Nancy has said and that you have said about, I feel like everything that I've been working on for these last years, and I'm just this close. And I can feel it.
Yes,
so this has been like, this is like, wow.
I'm feeling you, Barbara. Wow.
Let's get into it
right there.
I've got two statements again for you. We're going to really supercharge this again. Before doing two statements at once. So this is the first. But the first statement I've got for you is, I deserve to have it all.
I deserve to have it all.
All right. So I know intellectually you agree with that.
I agree with that, but it's hitting me here.
I can feel that as you go. It's like, oh, really? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So I just want you to know, and we haven't met, but I can feel the work that you've done to date has been enormous. And I want you to know that you've already made an impact on this planet. Even if you left tomorrow, you would have made an impact on this planet that's so positive, it's helping with this transformation that's in the process.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's say I can actually feel like my whole body is resonating with that as I say that to you. And so I want to clear this for you so that you understand that why you deserve to have it all is because of what you've already done. So let's just clear this for all of us. This is going to be really, these are really high level, high chakra type stuff. Right? This is not old story, This is your inspired being coming in this planet to make that difference. And can you say for me again, please, I deserve to have it all.
I deserve to have it all. Yeah. I deserve to have it all.
And that was the difference.
Right. Did y'all hear that and see that difference? Wow.
Yeah. How's that feel for you?
Oh, yeah. I, yeah. I mean, I have said that to myself, but I've never believed it until this moment.
Thank you. And the reason why this happens is when we keep saying it, we don't believe it. In the back of your mind, the sabotage component says, no, you don't.
Right.
And what we've just done is shifted that component. So when you say it, you went, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And there may even be more other words that you can put with that, like yes. And
Yeah.
I want to supercharge this for you because I really want to take this to another level. And the statement, the next one, and again, I believe it's going to be cleared by the fact that we've done it. I step into saying yes to life's opportunities.
I step into saying yes to life's opportunities.
And that's holding really strong.
That's the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So say it to me again, so I get it. And I'm going to listen. And I'm going to listen to this again.
I'm just going to clear it for everyone else in case there's a little bit. It's still not quite there. So there is some old. I can clear the energy of this. I can't clear for those people listening and thinking this is me. I can clear the energy. It's your job to clear the old story.
And if you need help with that, that's what I'm here for.
That's what we're doing. Come along Friday. Come along to the online classes that we're doing. So, Barbara, I could just say again, I step into saying yes to life's opportunities.
I step into saying yes to life's opportunities.
Wow.
Wow, that is powerful.
And I did say it was Wow Wednesday. That's why we have to get a wow.
And but I have to share with you, this morning I got up a little bit late and it was like, oh, am I going to listen to Wow Wednesday? And because I was just running around and I got a phone call right before it started. And I was like, oh, am I going to listen to Wow Wednesday? And it was like, yes, you are. You're going to sit down. You're going to listen to Wow Wednesday. And here I am. Thank you.
Thank you for your courage to put it in. I really honor you for that.
Love you, Barbara.
Thank you. Well, yeah, this has been amazing.
All right. All right, my friends. This surely has been quite a morning. And it's Wow Wednesday, right? It is. It's a Wow Wednesday. Double wow. Nicole, I see your comment on Facebook. And if you go to womensprosperityNetwork.com/wow and you sign up there, it'll give you the meeting ID and the Zoom link so that you can join us there as well. So I apologize for that. And let's go ahead, and I want to invite you to come and join us to experience the Affluence Matrix. So go to affluencematrix.com and you'll see there, if you just go to affluencematrix.com, we've got some online events. We're doing in-person events too. So this Friday in DC, a full day of transformation. So if you enjoyed this little bit, wait till you come out and play Friday. Oh my goodness. And also, we want to invite you to go ahead and apply to join us in this 7-week program. During the 7 weeks, we're going to work together to unlock 7 portals for your fulfillment, fortune, and funds. Remember I said we've been examining the processes we've both used to achieve fulfillment, fortune, and fun, right? And brought them together. And there are 7 key portals that we're going to go through. You'll work with both of us for those 7 weeks, as well as get some online courses, digital resources to support you on the in-between. And we would love to have you in this journey, because let's take it to that next level, that sweet spot. The work we do, and I'll speak for myself first, the work that I do is about elevating and equipping you to get out and reach the thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands, or millions of people that only you are meant to serve. Because if you're here listening to Well Wednesday, if you're part of my world or Barry's world, I know what your heart is. I know what your purpose is. And I know that you're here to create advancement and goodness and growth in this world and to fulfill your potentiality. I love that word, right? So we take it as a privilege. I take it as a privilege to be able to serve in this way. And we'd love to have you on this journey. So go to affluencematrix.com/apply, and you can fill out the application and we'll have a conversation to see if the program is good for you. If not, you can join us. Just go to affluencematrix.com. We've got some in-person events and online events. I see several of you have already signed up for the application. So we'll go ahead and get back in touch with you and set up a time to talk. We only have a couple minutes. What do you want to share at the end?
Look, I just love the way that you spoke, and it just really exemplifies why Nancy and I are working together, because I'm part of the Vision School, and the Vision School and the work that I do, I believe it's about igniting that light within you so that you can light others. And it's so similar to what you're talking about, that it's no longer for me about just igniting my own light. It's about how can I ignite the light in others, that they pass it on to others and they pass it on to others. And we've actually done testing. And when people get to a certain higher vibration and actually out there living it, the impact that it has on the world is over 10 million people. Now, just think about that. You cannot name 10 million people that you've had an impact. But if you're in a high vibration, even when you're in a supermarket and you raise your vibration and raise that, therefore, of the people around you, just by saying something nice, they might take that home to their families and their friends.
Yeah,
and it has that exponential effect. So it's not even a case that you have to meet 10 million people. You can meet one person that can change the world. And your role is to change that one person. Even that is enough. So thank you so much for having me on. It's been a great fun to be here today. I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll have me back to Well Wednesday some other time.
I suspect it'll work out. Yeah, I suspect. Awesome. All right, everyone, get out there, have a wow day, find those miracles, and be the one. We'll see you again soon. Remember to go to affluencematrix.com/apply. And you'll see the information, and we'd love to have a conversation to support you in being the one to be the change. That's what it's all about.
And please let us know miracles that turn up today.
Yes.
That's what we're interested in.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful day.